Namaskar to all the viewers and thank you for showering your love. This is Priya Handa and you are watching Yearn to Learn. In this video, I have come up with 5 activities that are more relevant to upper primary and senior grades. But you can always modify these activities as per your subject area and your class. Many a times I get the comments and emails where teachers ask for their subject. So teachers, you all are creative. You can always modify it as per your grade level and as per your subject and as for your normal regular class in school or online class. So let's begin. The very first activity that I'm going to talk about is Quescussion. Now, what is Quescussion? Might be a new term for you. Let me tell you something about it. Quescussion is a strategy that was invented at the University of Saskatchewan English Department. In this, there is a shift from making statements to starting to wonder and ask questions. The students make points in normal discussion, but in this discussion, which means in Quescussion, there is prohibition on use of statements. So yes, it is a special form of discussion in which normal statements are not allowed, but only questions are allowed. And the simple rule is, if any of the child break this rule of asking question and by mistake utters a statement, then the rest of the children shout out statement. In English, we can take this example where the teacher would give an opening statement or question, following which Quescussion will start by the students. For example, how poems intensify the mood and feelings of the writer. So now the students will ask more questions about it. Or second example, let's take from mathematics. The teacher may give an opening statement that fraction is a numerical quantity that's not a whole number. Now following this, the other students will ask more questions related to it that they are curious about. They may not give any statement, and in case any statement is given by any student, they would shout out statement. So in this way it goes, and teacher has a lot of option how to follow up with Quescussion. For example, the teacher can take the relevant questions and start discussing that with the class. The teacher may assign pairs and then let them answer each other questions, or the teacher may leave it unattended and begin with the topic. Sometimes that also work. So it depends upon the type of questions asked and how the teacher wants to take it. Remember, in the beginning there may be some hesitations and students may not ask many questions. It is normal, they are thinking hard to ask questions. So please accept that, and also make it a rule to rule out the obscene or funny questions so as to not break the tempo of your topic. The second activity that you can do and works wonder, would save your time also, is flipped classroom. Now what is flipped classroom? As the name suggests, the classroom is flipped, which means in the class there is no teaching. The students take over the hat of the teacher, explain the topic, and then in the main class there are queries, doubts and follow-up things that are done. So I hope you got that a flipped classroom is an instructional strategy which is focused on student engagement and active learning, giving the instructor a better opportunity to deal with the student difficulties and differentiated learning preferences during the class time. So what is an example? Let's take one example where a teacher is taking up the topic of rocks, and there are say 30 to 35 students in the class. The teacher may divide the class into 5 groups and give a topic to each of the group. For example, the first group is assigned the topic of what are rocks, how the term rocks is derived. The second group is assigned the topic how rocks are formed. The third, fourth and fifth group are assigned the topics about the types of rocks, for example, igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock, like that. Now each group will prepare their own topic and explain to the rest of the class. How they do it, through a PPT, through some presentation, or taking a board and chalk, it's completely up to them. They may share some video, like these days online classes are going on, so it's completely up to them. Now the students will cover up the whole topic. The classroom is completely flipped, and after each group is done in the main class, the teacher will take up the students' difficulties wherever they have doubts and further questions. So this is how flipped classroom work, to be exact. Otherwise it's a very vast topic. I hope it works the best for you. The third activity is one fact, two statements. Now this is an educational version that I have created for the game that we play, one truth, two lies. How? First of all, it's important to understand and make students understand the difference between facts and statements. Facts is a fact is something that is universally true, that remains truthful, while a statement could not be true in a given situation. Now for example, in mathematics you can take this example. First statement, perpendicular is the longest side in a right angled triangle. Second statement, sum of 3 angles of triangle is 360 degree. Third statement, in a right angled triangle, hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. Now here in this case, these 3 are statements, but out of these 3 statements, one is a fact. It's more like true false thing. Now the statements are so well framed that student has to find out which actually is a true one, which actually is a fact. Could you find out? Okay, let me show you. Yes, the third statement is a fact. Let's take one more example, this time from English, my favorite. The first statement is, deafening silence is an example of oxymoron. Second statement, terribly transient feat is an example of hyperbole. And third statement, he fought like a lion in the battle is an example of metaphor. Again, these are statements, but one is a fact, one is a true statement, while the rest 2 are false. So, did you get it? Yes, it's the first one. Let's move to the fourth activity. The fourth activity is sketchnoting. Yes, it's a combination of making notes and sketching. So it becomes sketchnoting. Now what is sketchnoting? In this particular activity, when the teacher asks the students to make notes, they have to make notes in the form of a sketch. Now it has been proved that many of the students are visual learners. As they visualize things, they learn better. So let them make notes in form of some sort of drawing, so that they can understand the concept better. It may be applicable to any of the subjects and any of the topic. It depends upon the students' absorption of the topic, their own understanding, and how they portray it. It is suggested that teachers should not assess students' understanding on the basis of that, but give them freedom to express how they have understood that particular notion. The fifth activity is BrainWriting. Yes, BrainWriting, not brainstorming. It is similar but way different. In BrainWriting, it is mostly used as an opening activity. The teacher would just drop the topic to the students, and students will write whatever comes to their mind for 1 minute. Then teacher may randomly ask some students to share what they have written. For an example, an English teacher, while taking some writing topic, may drop the topic on the board, like say reports. Now say the teacher wanted to take report writing, so whatever students gather about report in their head, they would pen it down for 1 minute. They may think, they may keep on writing, it's up to their choice. And after 1 minute, the teacher can randomly ask them what they have written. Similarly, if you are taking say mathematics, you can drop the topic like currency on the board, and then students would write whatever comes to their mind related to currency. It is a very good activity for interdisciplinary link between various subjects also. For example, currency is also related to different sort of currencies of the world, so general knowledge or social studies. Similarly, besides maths, similarly reports may also be related to some other topics where children are, say, studying about some case studies, gathering reports, reading about them, writing them. So you may interlink them with other subjects. As an icing on the cake, there is one more activity to go. Yes, the sixth one you can say. So concept maps, you all know about it, but it's a wonderful way to get the gist of the ideas, to understand the things crisply. You can leave it to students to make a concept map by giving them examples, and it's beautiful way in which they can memorize things and recall them, and especially understand the notions that link them and connect them. For example, one concept map is there on the screen. Thank you. That was it. 5+1 activities. I hope it would help you in your classes to make them more interesting and effective. This is Priya Anda signing off. May God bless you all. Thank you.